Alright, welcome back everyone. It's time to get our invasion fleet at least underway, if nothing else, because I don't know how likely it is I'm going to be able to counterattack anytime soon, aside from the one stray planet that they promptly stole from me. That's like the only world the Thalans kind of have to really have a hard time defending, I think, because it's so out of the way, and I already got like moths and a couple of swarmers within reach of it almost. So now, I just need a ship that can actually take it for me. And I do not want these stock transport ships, essentially. Well, really, none of the regular stock ships at all. So we're gonna try to do our very own prototype design and figure out how the hell we're gonna make that work. Because this is gonna be a little bit different. Because the only actual like construction style ship I made was like the pollinator here. And I gotta say, this is pretty much one of my favorite ships so far. It was like one of my first ones I made. Only problem is it took a lot of time to build. So, how the hell am I gonna make something that can be an impressive sight there? Have all the little cosmetics, because I also got like the moving wings and everything on there. So I need to try and strive to have something that's at least just as appropriate, needless to say. Probably, I may not have much of the floppy wings there unless I can get the shape I would like to kind of justify it. But this one's going to be just like the regular barge ships there. It's just not going to have that little stick in the middle there. That's basically the superstructure of the entire thing. No, this thing's going to have a little more bulk to it. And with that said, let's see, this is 5 engines, is it? No, it's not even engine all, so this might make for a good bulkhead of some kind. Oh well, let me just change the type so that way I can better distinguish what I want. So first question of the day, what kind of engines do we want? I think we want circular thrusters. We don't want the quad, so we're gonna need something pretty hopefully sizable. These engines ought to work well, although I don't think I want them in the middle. That's the problem. So I'm gonna need 2 of these things. Nope, I did not want to mirror it like that. And then we're gonna offset it. We're gonna offset it the back way a bit because this is supposed to be a middle ship. That's what I need to keep remembering. I have no idea what I want to do for the scale, mind you. That's gonna be the tricky part. And yeah, I think the scale may be too big there. If I'm looking at that box there to kind of be the main indication of its size, I need this to be smaller. There, 60 be good. I just gotta get a little bit closer to kind of make it seem appropriate. There we go. Heck, I can use proportional scaling to make it longer. Worst case if I need to. So there's a starting point. I don't necessarily know if it's the best idea to start with the engines, but it seems like a good way to start off, considering it helps distinguish the movement. Heck, then I could just fit like a third engine there afterwards. But where the hell was that bulkhead I was looking at before? Can I use that? Is that even the same bulkhead? I don't think that was the same bulkhead, so because what I'd like to do is use this piece somehow. Because this has potential, I just may have to flip it around once I get in place. Because can I use this for anything? Heck, that almost looks like it could be like the front of a ship almost. Have to adjust it a little bit there for like maybe a cockpit, but that's pretty damn close, if you ask me, to being like an actual potential cockpit of some kind. Maybe if I flip it around again, that might look better. Then the front looks awkward, so maybe not. With that said though, can this fit with the engines at all? That's what I'm curious about. Ooh, there's a neat idea. There, we got some duck lips. I don't know. No. That's amusing. Let's see. There. That's actually not too bad there. Although, I don't think it's what I want, safe to say. And I think that just gave me the... I just mirrored the x-axis there. Yeah, I did. So can I fit that in there at all, and will that look decent? Once it's aligned properly, of course. But the lights there may not. I'm kind of second guessing it a little bit. I'm second guessing it some. Because, yeah, it stands out as soon as with the structure there because of the lighting and all that. So maybe not. Unless I do proportional scaling, maybe I'll correct it some. Heck, this almost looks like it should be the other way around, now that I think of it. Maybe not in that sense there. Let me... Because that actually looks a little bit better, because it kind of can fit with the engine some. I just need the scaling, because it's actually not placed properly, I don't think. So I need to adjust for that too. Actually, let me check these engines. What is their axis? 6.7. So that hopefully should be in the middle. And then I change scaling some more. And see how that looks. Not bad. The core is like an intrusive though. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But it actually is decent. Can I fix this core in any way though? Do I move it in? Will moving it in do anything, or would it be better? Well, it's kind of ruined everything, so maybe I just need to adjust the scaling a little bit more. Let's find out. Whoops, I don't know what that was, but adjusting the scale actually helped there a little bit. Almost to the point. No, I don't think I want to actually push in even more, because there is some components that are already sticking out. Maybe I shrink down the engine some to help with that. Then we'll slide it in there, and that hook there. The little hook actually seems like it's a perfect fit if I can get the placement right. That works out well. Barely noticeable, although it is there, so it's not exactly flawless, but it works. Now let's connect these bad boys together. So we got a couple blocks here, but of course this is... What the hell is this thing anyway? I honestly don't know what this thing is supposed to be. It's got a bright light to it for some reason. It doesn't really have much of a name to it. I'm not sure what this thing is. I honestly have no clue. It looks like it could be some kind of monitor or some kind of visual, but that would be more of an internal thing, of course, rather than the outside external, so I honestly don't know. I am left to wonder on that. So next up, this looks like this could be a very good nose piece. I'll have to adjust the scaling quite a bit, but I'm going to put that in the front for now, because I think that would be good for the front portion as I get this figured out some more. Or maybe even this piece. Would this piece actually be better? Because they're both hollow pieces essentially, so heck, just throw thrusters on there and we got ourselves... That's actually not too bad. You just connect the engines together there in some form. That could do it. Not exactly what I want though, but that is something to keep in mind for later on if I really want to pursue that. But now I gotta find the hassle of centering this thing properly. So we'll leave that there for now. I think that might have better potential. And then we'll work from there. Because we still need a center mass to kind of connect everything. And I don't think I want to put a B-tail or a stinger or whatever you want to call this. It's pretty much just a star-based connector, so don't think I want to do that, but I am curious to see how it looks. Yeah, this is a really good way to kind of waste time on a channel, isn't it? Just do random crap for no particular benefit. Oh well, it's actually not too decent. It's not bad. Because this is like a transport ship, so it's going to be carrying a lot of population, essentially, and infantry troops. So it could have an idea, and actually isn't too bad, but again, no, don't know it's what I want. It's too early in the stages to really focus on making it look fancy, so let's focus again on the bulkhead. Get that figured out finally. Because we got that there, that puts it on there, and the engines actually connect onto it pretty well, I gotta say. I obviously am gonna have to adjust scaling some, because it still needs something on the back, if I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be a long nose piece. It's almost... I'm half worried that it's not actually gonna look like a transport ship, if I were to be perfectly honest. But let's see, if I were to put... I'm curious. If I were to put this tail in, I could almost make this like a pseudo... sort of like a scorpion in a sense, if I can make that as a proper tail somehow. But what I was really curious is rotate it back. 9 degrees. And just have it fit in the back. Would that be useful? It's probably a pretty dumb idea. Nah. Unless I adjust the scaling, that does not look like it'll work. Because the tail's too far down. Unless I adjust the proportional scaling. Only thing I could think of. So, said would be the tail. It's still pointed downwards, which doesn't help matters much. And then offset up. Nope, I said up. Well, I gotta remember, this damn thing's all rotate, so it's gonna mess up. It messes up everything. That has potential. I don't like that because there's 2 layers of that metal there. It looks like it's kind of sticking out poorly. That fixed it up a little bit, though. You get this odd, awkward little gap down below there, which could be a problem. Unless I fill it out with something. But otherwise, the engines look like it wouldn't be too difficult to connect on there. I just don't know if I want them closer or further out. So let's experiment with that, shall we? Once I get these connected... Oh, I can't even move them, so that's going to stink. Unless I could somehow link them. Can I link these 2 pieces anywhere? Let me... these are the proper 2 components I have selected, right? Yeah. So let me link them. Group them, so that should help a little bit maybe? If it actually grouped them, that is. No, my luck, it probably didn't. Nope. Didn't group them at all, so... we're gonna have to play with this some. Get this figured out. Yeah, and because they're moved, I have to move them independently. I have no way to really know their positioning. So that's gonna be really annoying. Yeah, and it grouped them, it just not considered them grouped. Yeah, grouped currently selected parts, so... I grouped them and it did absolutely nothing. Thanks for that, you stupid game. And it has an option to currently ungroup them. Which is nice too. Huh. Don't know what to do about that, but... like I said, shouldn't be too difficult to kind of connect these engines. So let's get some more bulk on this thing. I don't know if I want to adjust the scaling to the center bulkhead or not, though. Is there anything else I can throw on there? More bulkheads obviously seems like an easy way to add more superstructure to it. But how repetitive does it make this sign look? That's what I'm curious about. Can I get away with 2 and 3Ds and it still won't look too terribly bad? Well, it looks like I'll have to invert it. So let's try that again. Oh. Wait. Yeah, let's see. I'm doing something wrong here, because yeah, that's the same shape there, but because of that curve, this piece won't actually fit in there properly. Because there would be a gap there, and flipping over doesn't really help unless I want a weird metal overlay there. That kind of is a similar shape in that little section there near the front portion of that bulkhead, so I'm gonna need something else. And that's the same piece I just grabbed, so that's not what I want. Obviously, I could always use these shells to kind of help cover it over, to kind of deliberately have flaws, but I want to try and make this look deliberate. Clearly, this is a professional at work, right? I gotta make it seem like it was all deliberately planned. Planned design. Who am I kidding? Although, what the hell can I fit in there that would help flush it out? We got lots of cores here. Got more engines, wings. Maybe I do have to put force in there somehow. Oh wait, let me change the type. That way I can find these bulkheads a little bit easier. Because, let's see, we have a bunch of bulkheads here. These are pretty much all of them. And of course, I already used one of those pieces there. Don't think I want to use another there unless I use it. It's such different shape and scales. It doesn't look similar to that one back piece there. So, gonna have to try something else. We got some boxes here, which we don't really care about, with more of these yellow screens on for some reason. Not sure what they're for. Regular boxes, so we're limited on our options here. So it seems. I will have to stick with that box once more and try and make it work, I guess. So let me connect it once that blue light decides to appear for me, because I am seeing it. There we go. Let me find the scale of this thing. Well, that's a different one, is it? Yeah, that's a different one, so I'm gonna have to... Because it's right on top of the damn thing, that's pretty much why. And I guess we're gonna have to try to invert, see if that works. See how it looks anyway. And what's the scaling on this thing? 74. So we're gonna drop that down. And see how bad that looks when it connects together. Because you're already kind of seeing a little bit there. But the highlight doesn't help too much. So those two pieces connect together and you have one metal piece sticking up fine. We have one that's kind of sunk in, which I don't really like. Is it because of height or something? Why is that? Why does it seem to connect differently? Heh. Maybe can I get away with like a smaller superstructure there? Or would that look too awkward? Yeah, it looks like... It does... I don't like it. I don't really like it, so how the hell am I gonna fix that problem? Can I just keep going until I reach the middle? Or does this thing have to go down? Is that what the problem is? I think that may be what the problem is. It's because it's too high, even though they seem like they're scaled. That looks a lot better. It's going to be a bit weird with that crisscross of the metal, but it actually it's square. It makes it a nice square piece at least. So, so it helps us make it a little more distinguishable rather than being a plain box at least. So, do I want any more longer? Probably not, because I'm gonna have to adjust scaling for this now. See about how I want to place that, and then make it look decent. So I need some kind of component to that shrinks down and can form into this back piece here. Heck, is it my imagination, or does that back piece look like if it was meant to connect with this one here? It almost seems like that in a way. If I can get some good connection piece there, it might be good. That nose seems very promising. It looks like I could use it. It's just all those lights there, maybe not. Because look, our engines have a bunch of lights, our front piece has a bunch of lights, but these boxes here have nothing. It's kind of, these lights are what's making it look odd. Because you think the center portion, the superstructure itself, would be where the lights and the operations would be, not the outside portions, especially like the engines. So it doesn't work out as well as I would like, but of course shells and that, like I said, there's an easy way to clean that up, so... And it looks like this shell could pretty much go on there pretty well. So I don't think it's at risk. I just need... Now I gotta move it. Let me try. I got that box there, so let me try and move it, see what happens. If I can make it shrink down. Well, problem is it may not... Well, shrink it down. I would have to shrink it down because it sticks out oddly. Otherwise. So it can fit into that front piece at least, and the rails will do good, but connect to it. But can it fit in here properly, or am I gonna have to? Well, if anything, that one connector piece there is gonna be what fills out the gaps. I think is what I want to do. And this piece here will just connect to that back as best it can. And then hopefully the rest will be filled out by this piece here, although it's still sticking out. So I gotta just scale it a little bit more. Hell, if not that, probably just, I could almost get rid of it altogether even. Again, I may even have to adjust the scaling even further at some point because of how the shell is going to cover over and change the look too. So that's also a concern. Huh. If I do proportional scaling, how's that going to look? When it looks wider, that's gonna look weird really fast, I think. Almost in a good way, so long as it's not too wide. So that's gonna have to get fleshed out though. We're making some ground, but we need some width a little bit. Mainly to connect the engines, figure out where the hell where the engines should be. I almost feel like they should be in the middle there. Although I gotta keep in mind, and I just messed with my scaling there, so I have no idea what they were at before. Maybe there's an undo button or something with this. Maybe if there is an undo, maybe that'll do. Nope. I'm hitting control says not do anything. So much for that idea. And I just gotta move it all forward and try and find a good spot. It's just annoying I can't connect these things. Because that would help a little bit to moving this stuff. Either way, that's not too bad. I almost want to put them in the middle there. And then, how do we connect it? Is the question there after that. We got a little bit, actually I didn't notice there's a little bit of metal there sticking out, which is a bit of a sore thumb, so I may need to scale it down a tiny bit more. Or do I scale up the covers them? Maybe I scale this up down a little more. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the ring too much. There we go, that fixes that. How much can I get away with? 97 is the best I can get. And that ring there in the middle is still good. So now the question. Do I just put these engines flush together as best I can, or do I connect it with something? That is the main question. And if I do connect together, how the hell am I going to do that? How do I connect this piece together? Is there any way I could connect this piece? Have these pieces kind of like connect? They're going to be a lot smaller, I think, mind you. Because they stick out like a complete sore thumb. Ooh, not that small though. And just have it connect in general, see how it looks. Although it's not exactly the best place, so that could, yeah, that would connect there, but this metal frame is actually an issue. I have another idea, if it'll work. Can I make a direct mirror underneath? Is that even possible to make another mirror underneath? I'm flipping. Yeah, there's the mirror, but it's gonna be awkward positioning it. I don't think this is gonna work out the way I would like. That's the only problem. Yeah, because that looks bad. It fills it up, but yeah, I don't like it. Need to find something else to kind of connect it there. I don't think I need the bulkheads though. And I don't really want to do another wing structure to kind of like, as an easy way to connect everything, so... Need to find out something other way to do it. Look at these box pieces, but... I wonder, just connect it by throwing more engines on it. Even though technically this engine component is more of a bulkhead as they consider it. I'm just realizing, because the engines are so far forward there, that tail piece looks odd. Can I fix it and go back with the original Scorpion type setup? Can I get away with that? That's what I would like to know. Position this in the way, it'll look like a scorpion tail. Come on, that's an insect, right? Well, technically it's an arachnid, so... If I certainly hope they're arachnids. I'm kind of second guessing myself right now. But I think I like the scorpion tail a little bit better. Regardless. And I think for a race like the Kryklons, I don't think it's a big issue. Having them as arachnids or not. So, how tall do I want this tail to be? Is pretty much what it comes down to. And I kind of need to narrow it down and push it back because I don't want to kind of ruin that metal frame. Because that almost looks like it was meant to be that way. It fits in there almost perfectly now. Although we're still stuck with a damn block in the back, so... An engine component can easily fix that, in theory. In theory. But, is that what I want to do? Do I want to just throw an engine at it? Solve my problem? What the hell is this thing? This thing's supposed to be thrusters of some kind, but... For some reason, it's not... It's sideways, so... Makes it hard to imagine if that works or not. So far, though, we're doing decent, but I am kind of worried that this doesn't fit with everything else, though. Let me just try a shell or something, see if that solves my problem. Because like I said, the lights are part of the issue, because you see all this lighting and that. Well, it's not really much of a shell, I guess. Unless they do proportional scaling, so let me try a different kind of shell. If I can get the right spot. There we go. That works. It's kind of the same slope. Ideal for connecting to this front piece at least. Can it work? It could almost crest up in that scorpion tail really well if I do it right. But now I gotta get all this damn scaling all figured out. This may have been a horrible idea. I think I'm ruining it now. I don't feel very good about this.